Yes, I've got a yard hydrant that Andre the Giant could grab onto easily.
What's going on, guys? Thought I'd give you an update. We didn't get dried in by the end of the year, which is fine. It is what it is. We've had terrible weather. We're January 13th now, and we are dried in. The roofers were able to come out and get the roof on. They almost were able to get it done in one day. They had a problem with their gas-operated air compressor, and that set them behind. But they came back out the next day. They were done within an hour. So we've got our roof on. Looks great. I've used this roofing company before. Asset Roofing. If you're in the greater Snohomish, King County area, maybe even Whatcom County. I'm not sure how far out they go, but they did the roof on my house about a year and a half ago, and I chose them to do the roof on my shop. And they're fast, they're efficient, they do a great job, and they clean up when they're done, so it looks like they've never been here. Got, I'd say 99% of our T111 siding on the shop, and we've started digging for utilities. So let's go take a look at the shop.
So as you can see, a lot of the siding is on the shop. We still have some siding to put on the corners, and then they'll put the trim on. The next step, now that we have the roof on, is to get gutters up, but the painter needs to have a dry day to get the fascia primed before we can put gutters up. So as you can see, I have a little bit of T111 that needs to go up in the upper roof, and the contractors will be here today to get that done. We've got trim on our windows. Everything's really coming together.
So while the guys were working on the siding, my dirt guy came out and we got all the drainage pipes set for the gutters.
So here's one of our drain pipes. This runs down along the end of the building. And then we have another drain pipe here. Now this one's going to catch the upper roof. Upper roof's going to come down, return off the side. Then of course we did the same thing off the back. And then we ran our drainage out this way. So we have daylight way out there about 50 feet. But everything looks good.
So like I said, we started digging for utilities. This is the one thing that I was probably most nervous about. I know that we did locates, so we made sure we knew where power was, all that good stuff. But anytime you're digging that kind of ditch, it's still a little nerve-wracking. We did mess up some irrigation in one spot. Irrigation's cheap, we can fix that. So we've got a little repair to do.
So I've got a yard hydrant here. We've got that installed. We put our water line in, and you can see by all the water in the ditch, this is how much rain we've been getting. It's quite a bit, pretty substantial amount of rain. Now the whole ditch isn't filled in. It's just parts of it that are lower in grade. As you can see here, we don't have any water, but that leads all the way back to the transformer. Here's the yard hydrant we tied into.
We have that well below where power's gonna go. Power's coming from back over there, so you've gotta have at least 12 inches of separation. I'm getting ready to go down to the store and buy some Schedule 40 conduit for electrical. So that's what's up next. Probably the next time I check back in with you guys, we'll be doing electrical work on the shop. Okay, so it's been a few days since we dug our trench, got our water down. I got some 2.5 inch Schedule 40 And we got that all put together, and we got that in the ground. We got our cover inspection by L&I, and we've got it all put back together, almost. Let me show you.
So when you saw this before, it was just an absolute mess with the trench going all the way to the back beyond the shop there. The dirt guy did a really good job of smoothing this out. You know, we've got to rake up some rocks and stuff and plant some grass, but it looks good. It's nice and solid. There's a piece of my irrigation that we dug up. I've got to find where that runs, and we need to get that fixed. It's very unlikely I'm going to actually put the irrigation back on this hill. I'm probably going to do something more like some landscaping bark, something like that. It's just, this is a very difficult hill to mow. You got to do it with a push mower, so we're probably going to get rid of that.
So dirt work is pretty much done. We left it open down here at the transformer so that the power company can do their thing there. But let's go up to the shop and take a look at what we've done for electrical, and I'll show you where we are with the shop build.
All right, so we've got our disconnect and meter main connected. We've got to put a little strut in there, do a little work this week. And you might be wondering why my yard hydrant is so tall. Well, I asked for a 4-foot hydrant, and when I got home, pulled it out of the box, which was completely rain soaked, we found out it was a 6-foot hydrant. So yes, I've got a yard hydrant that Andre the Giant could grab onto easily.
You know, it won't be a problem for me to use it, but my wife might have a struggle, so we'll see. I may have to change that out at some point, but for now, we got our water in. We were able to get everything covered up. That's going to work for now. It's not a big deal changing that out.
So the framers are done with their part of the job. We're still waiting on entry doors and garage doors. Hopefully those come soon. But as you can see, we've got all of our corner trim up. We have trim on the front of the garage doors. We'll have trim for the man doors. So as you can see, we've got our panel up. My buddy has to do a few connections inside, then we'll call for an inspection, a service inspection. But in the meantime, I've got a lot of outlets to install.
So I'm going to work on outlets. I went through and labeled where I want them all to go. I put little cards down if I want a single gang or double, where I want light sockets, stuff like that. Went down to the hardware store yesterday and we bought some of our bay lights. Now I'll tell you, if you're building a shop and it's got high bays, really look at your lighting. What I thought I was going to be able to do for lighting isn't going to work. I did a test run and it was not bright enough. You know, I've got 16 feet up to where my lights are going to be, and they just weren't giving me enough light. So I found it's a lighting solution. I think it's going to be great. It's designed for high bays. It's designed to put up to 25 feet high in the air. So yeah, I'm going to work on electrical, and hopefully the next time I see you on this shop build, we're putting in man doors and garage doors. Until next time, thanks for watching.